I'm George.
I'm Ellyn.
And this is Yard Sale 411. Whether you need quick cash or just want to declutter, sellers hold yard sales for many different reasons. The best part of yard sales are the people you meet.
Everybody has pieces in their corner they're not using. It's very common. But people come by the yard sale, say, hey, I'd like to try that out. Let them try it out for a while because it always takes up space and nobody ever gets that much use out of it. So think of the things like that that you can put in your yard sale.
I'm George.
And I'm Ellyn.
And welcome to another edition of Yard Sale 411. I'm George.
And I'm Ellyn.
Welcome to another episode of Yard Sale 411. Whether you need quick cash or just want to declutter, sellers hold yard sales for many different reasons. Everyone loves a bargain. Ladies who want that retro look, young couples who realize they can actually afford brand name furniture, and collectors who want that one missing piece of their collection. But it's more than just bargains. It's a lot about serendipity.
Hey, that's a beauty.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, how long have you had that?
I've had it for a couple of years actually. I got it online, used, but so it's pretty old, but I've only had it for a couple of years. Would you like me to play you something?
Sure.
Hi there.
Hi, sweetheart. Guess what? I got money. What's wrong?
Well, we're gonna need to pull over for this, all right?
What's going on, Dad?
Listen, Molly, we know how bad you wanted college this year, but it looks like it's not gonna be able to happen this year.
What?
We just didn't make enough money, you know? We tried really hard. We did everything we could.
Are you serious? I thought we did the financial aid though. What happened with that?
I know, it came through, but just a sliver of what we need.
Mom! I have to go.
Hey, listen, Molly, hey. Hey, honey. Hey, Molly.
Dad,
come here.
Ellyn, I think if we look, there's probably a guideline in the yard sale handbook that talks about displaying musical instruments.
You're right, George. I'm gonna get the book. I'll be right back.
Good, okay.
Oh, are you okay? Did I hurt you? Oh, honey, what's wrong? Okay, take a breath. Hold on, you're standing on my keys. Hold on. Okay, so take a break. Okay, now, what's wrong?
Mom and Dad scrimmed and saved us to put food on the table. And the government thinks that they have too much money for financial fair.
No, it's not fair, but there are other ways. There are ways to make money and then there are ways to make money, okay? Well, I saw you at the yard sale earlier and you even made some money at the yard sale. Didn't I see you get a tip at the yard sale?
So?
Well, there are plenty of ways to make money. In fact, I'm gonna have you meet my friend George. He wrote the book on yard sales.
The book?
Oh yeah, the book. I gotta get the book. Bye. George, hey George, I brought a new friend over and I wanted her to know everything that you can get at yard sales.
You'd be amazed. You can get almost anything. As an example,
I got my car at a yard sale. I got my furniture at a yard sale.
And I bought my boat at a yard sale. I got my wife at a yard sale.
It's true.
I'm sure that it is, in fact. I actually met someone who bought their business at a yard sale.
Wow.
We're talking about a multi-million-dollar business. I mean, you can buy anything at a yard sale.
Thank goodness we found you.
Mom, Dad,
What?
we are going to hold a yard sale.
So many yard sales, so little time.
No, we're not buying anything tonight.
Hi, sorry.
That's more like it.
You're welcome.
Who are you two?
Well,
My name's George.
my name's Ellen.
Welcome to another edition of Yard Sale 411.
Welcome, please come in.
Thank you.
We're
the Meredith family.
So when we were at the yard sale and I ran into Molly, just learning that her dream of going to college may not be possible. So I was delighted to introduce her to George and try to teach her how yard sales might be able to help her finance her college.
George, our daughter has told us all about you in your book.
Super.
This is awesome. Don't you have a television series called Yard Sale 411?
We do.
And George, didn't we just meet you on Saturday at that yard sale?
Where we made all that cash? Absolutely.
Please, have a seat.
Thank you.
Well, we applied for financial aid and we thought we would get it, but we make too much money to qualify for that. We really just didn't have an answer how to send her to college.
So we hear that you are considering a yard sale to help fund Molly's college expenses.
I thought we had this discussion already.
The dad was quite skeptical about the power of yard sales.
Trust me on this one, Dad.
It took quite a while for me to finally realize that they meant us no harm and that they were trying to help us.
Well, as you saw Saturday, if you plan a yard sale correctly, you can make an awful lot of cash in a very short space of time.
Isn't this going to end up costing us money as opposed to making us money?
Well, my husband was a lot more skeptical than I was. I thought, why not? Give it a try. And they sure seemed like nice people and they knew what they were doing and had some great ideas.
It may cost you a little bit of money up front, but it will pay off in the end. After all, you've got to break a few eggs if you want to make an omelet.
What I want to know is, where are we going to get the goods to sell?
Start right here in your lovely home. As I look around, I see many things that would bring a pretty penny at a yard sale. As an example, I see these Life magazines here, these vintage Life magazines. They bring anywhere from $5 to $100 depending on the contents and the age of the magazine.
The Meredith home was a really good example of the kinds of things that you can really find to sell in your home. I mean, there were so many other items lying around. I saw records, I saw books, I saw knickknacks, I saw all kinds of things that we didn't even get a chance to really go into.
Just looking around, I think you suffer the great American affliction. Too much stuff. And this is a golden opportunity to declutter and make money for your daughter's college education.
What about this box here?
That's just a basket that's going to go to charity.
So this is going to go to charity. George, what do you think about this?
You've got a valuable item in there. Does that say Star Wars?
This says Star Wars.
Highly collectible item. 2 reasons. Ray guns, very hot items for collectors. Number 2, entertainment memorabilia, particularly Star Wars, one of the most popular motion pictures ever made. Here's one. Hess truck mint in box, mint condition. Box has never been opened. I bet the battery's even inside there. These trucks run anywhere from $30 up to $300, depending on how old they are.
Try to sell your items first and then make arrangements to make your donations.
I think we're going to turn your husband into a yard sale convert.
And I think we're going to get your daughter to college. The dad had come around. I feel like they were going to make an attempt at a yard sale. And I think they really understood the power that was sitting there in their laundry basket. Yard sales are yards and yards of fun.
What I always say is when you're deciding what to put into yard sale, the thing you have to ask yourself is, how much do I still love this piece? How emotionally attached to it am I? Now here's a piece that I noticed, not hanging up on the wall, gathering dust, but worth quite a bit of money. Are you willing to part with this? Have you lost all emotional ties to it? Right, they had that Mickey Mouse poster that was framed. It wasn't even hanging on a wall. They loved it, but they had no place to put it.
Right.
There it was gathering dust. And I picked this one up because anything that has to do with Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse is very hot.
Mickey Mouse.
So, are you still in love with this? Is the day you bought it?
We got it when we first met.
One of the challenges, as George just said, was getting them to overcome that emotional attachment to their items. But it's leaning up against the wall.
Wasn't hanging up. How much do you really love it at this point?
Since we know this is for our daughter, we are willing to part with it.
My estimate on this is you can get at least $100 for it. That's what I'm willing to pay for something that great. Great condition.
So let's keep looking, George.
Well, here's an easy $50. An old Bellows camera from the 40s. People think it's worth a lot more than that, but they made these in the millions. Very cool item.
So how about the Peruvian motorcycle riding guinea pig?
Everybody's got to have one.
Maybe his time here at your home has come to an end? Who has been wearing the sombrero?
Miss Meredith, did you wear that while you were exercising? Or do you exercise? Maybe I should ask that question.
Daily.
Daily. Ooh.
Dad, stop. You don't.
You have not used that for at least 6 months.
I do wonder if Mr. Meredith actually wears his sombrero while he's exercising
Right.
on that machine.
Highly doubtful.
What about these? As I look around the room, I see a lot of fine vintage paintings.
Oh, those aren't vintage. My mom painted it.
I work on 2 or 3 at a time.
And then you sell them?
Sell them? No. My friends and neighbors have suggested that I sell them, but how could I part with them? They're part of me and part of our family. That was kind of shocking to me because I really wasn't prepared to part with them because they were part of me and our family and our history.
I know that those paintings meant a whole lot to us all, and so I didn't want to let them go either. I really felt bad for my wife here.
Well, it's a matter of priorities. Your daughter going to college, keeping things of sentimental value. It's up to you. I would not even dare to say or tell you to sell them, but these could bring quite a bit of money. I think they had quite a bit of merchandise that was saleable at the yard sale. Some of their items that they were willing to part with, they needed to get appraised values on them and probably sell them at auctions.
Well, thank you, George and Ellen, for coming. I've learned a whole lot about yard sales. I'm excited about this. It's been a real eye-opener.
Great. By the end of it, I think we overcame 99% of Mr. Meredith's objections or fears. She's on her way to college. We'll see you next time at your yard sale.
And I'll think about those paintings.
Okay. See ya.
Bye. Thank you.
Clearly, by the time we left their residence, they were ready to at least make a good attempt at a yard sale. And I think they'll find out that all of their effort will be very much worth it.